Well, I'm Melissa Sauer, and I'm Executive Director of Corporate Affairs and Communications here at Allison Transmission. And I'd like to welcome and thank you for attending and joining us this morning. I'm going to let Dave do introductions, so would you guys please sit down for a sec? Our first speaker is the President and CEO of Allison Transmission, Dave Grazioso. Dave has been at Allison since 2007 and has been named in his current position in May of 2018. Under Dave's leadership, Allison is preparing for the future, and you will learn some of that today. We are growing and expanding in ways we've never experienced in our history. Please welcome our President and CEO, Dave Grazioso.
Thank you, Melissa. Good morning, and hopefully that bird is not going to get too upset during at least my speech. Before we get started with our announcement, I'd like to recognize some of our distinguished visitors. With us today, we have Indiana Governor Eric Kokum, Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett, Speedway Town Councilor Jason Lisle, and the Chairman of Allison Transmission's Board of Directors, Larry Dewey. Thank you for attending. There are many more officials and visitors in the crowd that are important to Allison, and I thank you for joining us as well this morning. I would also like to recognize the many Allison team members that are with us here today. As the generations who came before them, these individuals come to work with a pride and determination to deliver the very best for all of our stakeholders and enable our business to be so successful. Since our founding, Allison Transmission has been at the forefront of providing innovative propulsion solutions to our customers. For over 100 years, we have found ways to improve the way they work, and we have evolved our technology to meet our industry's needs. In today's world, there are growing demands for a broader range of propulsion solutions. Our industry is changing the way the world works, and the electric hybrid and pure electric solutions are attracting more attention. While Allison must continue to improve and expand its conventional solutions, we must be able to address our customers' requirements when our customers need different solutions. Allison will work with our customers to create propulsion solutions to meet their needs, just as we have always done. As those needs evolve, we will continue to innovate and differentiate ourselves. Today, Allison is proud to announce the start of construction of our Innovation Center. This state-of-the-art facility will consolidate our product engineering teams and facilitate internal and external collaboration for technology and product co-development. Putting our products to the test is essential to improve performance and deliver the Allison brand promise. We announced a few months ago that the Vehicle Environmental Test Facility, currently under construction behind our facility to the east, will enable our engineers to test fuel-agnostic vehicles in extreme environmental conditions and duty cycles. With the Innovation Center, our testing will continue, but at a different level. The facility will provide upgraded capabilities for virtual system and vehicle systems simulation and modeling, vehicle and infrastructure network modeling, regulatory compliance simulation, and expanded hardware-in-the-loop capability. With the planned completion in 2021, the facility will allow Allison's product engineers to take an idea from conceptualization through simulation and testing under one roof, enabling us to bring new technology and products to market faster with less effort. This is invaluable for our partners and the community around us, who depend on our products and our innovation-centered culture. Speedway is Allison's global headquarters. We have been in the area for 100 years. It is critical to grow and expand our facilities in order to differentiate ourselves and maintain a global presence and build for the future. The Innovation Center will also help us continue to attract, develop, and retain the top talent our business needs. In closing, Allison is making a significant investment in the Innovation Center. It will become the hub for advanced modeling and simulation, tools to accelerate concept, design, and validation. As we pursue our vision of being the global leader in commercial duty propulsion solutions, the Innovation Center will allow Allison to showcase its world-class technology and innovation leadership that improve the way the world works. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Now I'd like to introduce the Speedway Town Councilor, Jason Lisle. Jason grew up in Speedway and has worked with various technical companies around the world. He has decided to live in Speedway and raise his family here. Speedway's renovated Main Street will no doubt help us bring top talent to our Innovation Center. Main Street is a great place for social activities, as we all know, and we are excited to see what the next phase of development will bring. Please welcome Speedway Town Councilor Jason Lisle.
Thank you, Melissa. So on behalf of the Town of Speedway, we'd like to thank Allison Transmission for their continued investment in our town. The impact Allison Transmission has had on our community is truly significant, not just on the growth of our town, but also the generations of families who have grown up with connections to Allison Transmission. In my own family, for example, Allison's, as my grandma used to call it, is known for being the place where my grandparents met in the 1940s. As a town, we're very proud of the economic redevelopment along the Main Street corridor and extremely fortunate to have great partners such as Allison Transmission to fuel our continued growth. This world-class innovation center will continue to attract talented employees, exciting opportunities, and many new visitors to the Town of Speedway. It is our hope that some of these new Allison employees will enjoy everything our town has to offer and perhaps even find a home here. Yes, May is an exciting time in Speedway, but our town also has many things to offer year-round. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jason. Our next speaker is I was going to say bald, but he's not quite bald anymore. It's growing out a little bit. Mayor Joe Hogsett. Joe recently shaved his head to help raise awareness and funds for pediatric cancer. And I gotta say, it doesn't look too bad on you. Well, over a century ago, James Allison helped found the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which has brought innovative, leading-edge advancements to industry. With our upcoming Innovation Center, Allison extends that long history of innovation on the west side of Indy, adding to Indianapolis' robust tech environment. Please welcome Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett.
Good morning, Allison. I want to thank you all for joining us today. Every time Allison expands its presence in this great city, Speedway and Indianapolis, a part of me gets to travel back to those days when my father worked at Allison. And as a young boy, it was not unusual for people from time to time to say, in those days, "What's your father do? Where does your father work?" I was proud to say, "My father works at Allison." And so I'm a proud son of Allison. In no small measure, Indianapolis is the city that it is today because of Allison's long presence in our city. And I am, and my family are the direct beneficiaries of Allison's commitment to this city. Indeed, its founder, James Allison, helped envision and construct our community's most iconic structure, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Conceived as a novel and innovative way to test and improve the design of automobiles, I see the Indianapolis Motor Speedway as a precursor to today's groundbreaking. Much as the track pitted machines against one another in order to see what worked best, this innovation center will likewise serve as an arena to test, to refine, to improve, to innovate. And upon this site's completion in 2021, Allison Transmission will add more than 300 new jobs, assuring their presence in Indianapolis for a long time to come. And that is a big deal. So I want to recognize David Grazioso, my dear friend Larry, who's in the audience with us today, and everyone at Allison Transmission who helped bring about today's development, as well as partners, the state of Indiana, our great governor, Eric Kokum, and obviously the community of Speedway. As the city becomes more and more regarded for attracting jobs in the STEM field, today is welcome news. And to make sure Indianapolis makes the most of it, our city continues to invest in and prioritize the post-secondary training, the post-secondary degrees, the certificates that will meet the demands of these new jobs, of the new technology, of the new economy in the 21st century. So when the Innovation Center is ready to develop the advanced fuel alternatives and the vehicles of our future, our city will be right here with you, just like it has been for more than 100 years. So on behalf of a grateful city, and on behalf of a grateful family, to Allison, I say thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Our last speaker of the day is Indiana's Governor Eric Holcomb. When Governor Holcomb took office in 2017, one of his missions was for Indiana to play in the global economy by bringing the world to Indiana and taking Indiana to the world. As an Indiana-based company, Allison is operating by this same principle. We are hoping to bring the most talented innovators in the world here and take our innovations to the world. Please welcome the 51st Governor of the state of Indiana, Eric Holcomb.
Good morning. Thank you, Melissa, and so glad to be with you and David and Mayor Joe and Jason, Larry, the whole entire Allison Transmission crew and everyone joining the celebration with us today, and truly looking forward to what the future has in store. This is just not only a beautiful day, but what an exciting Indiana day it is indeed. I've been looking forward to this day for quite some time. It's been on the calendar, like I know many of you have probably been doing the same for quite a while. In fact, I was just earlier this week out in our nation's capital attending a economic development conference for a couple days and was bragging a little bit about, maybe a lot of bit about Indiana, and it's an opportunity I rarely turn down. But we were talking about manufacturing and the role that Indiana plays in this global economy, in the manufacturing space specifically, and how we are a true leader in the world. And bragging somewhat, I wanted to spill the beans about today, but I didn't, just to run up the score. But the whole time I was thinking about just how exciting and more so even encouraging a day like today is. Obviously, as the #1 state in terms of manufacturing per capita in the nation, what that means today, but what this day, this announcement means for our future, well into the future, 10, 15 years into the future. I know that we're going to borrow a phrase, continue to occupy the pole position come 2035 because of the innovation that is occurring right here on this ground. Indeed, Allison Transmission continues to be on a roll, and that means, as the mayor said, that means that the state of Indiana continues to be on a roll. You've been powering our state economy for over a century now, and we've been growing and winning together. On top of that, you've just announced another 300 plus, mayor said, jobs, and I couldn't agree more, they're careers. And I can personalize this as well. I grew up just west of here. Maybe I grew up a little bit at the IMS itself, but I grew up in Claremont, just west of here, and my dad, right out of school, went to work for Allison Transmission. And so I, too, grew up looking at Allison Transmission posters and blueprints tacked up on the wall all over our house my entire childhood. And talk about Allison pride. I mean, this is one big family, and it continues to get bigger and bigger and have a profound impact, again, not just on our capital city, not just on the Speedway, but for our entire state. I get to talk about this everywhere I go, not just around the country, but around the world. And what this area has been able to do, as Jason and Mayor Joe just said, what local schools, what the town council, what the city of Indianapolis, what you have been able to foster over the years is something special. That coordinated effort, always focused on that one end goal, reimagining and then re-imaging Main Street and Speedway into such a vibrant destination that is attracting that talent, that is attracting more investment because it's such a high quality of place, this vibrant community. It's obviously the fastest community on the state map, but it's also one of the more vibrant communities in our state. To have a global anchor, world-class company like Allison Transmission that could have chose anywhere in the country to expand and to invest. And matter of fact, it could have chose any country in the world. You mentioned your presence globally, and I've been to Hungary, I've been to India, I've seen world-class operations that you could have looked to as prime real estate to expand and to connect with that talent. You chose to do so right here at home and continue to expand, and we are just profusely appreciative of your continued confidence in us, and we will reward that with our loyalty to you as well. You've proved long before there was ever a movie that if you build it, they will come, and they continue to come right here to Speedway, Indiana. And so before we grab these shovels and turn some dirt, I just wanted to once again thank David for your leadership and really the entire Allison Transmission family for being such great corporate citizens on top of everything else you're doing to electrify the future and power the world. what you have contributed to our communities and to our state for years and years outside of this campus as a corporate citizen has truly taken our state and our people to the next level. We're just so proud to be a partner with you as a state, and we're proud that you call Speedway, Indianapolis, Indiana, your flagship headquarters home right here in Indiana. Thank you so much.
Well, I wasn't going to do this, but sitting there, my father also worked at Allison Transmission. So I just want to point out that 4 out of the 5 people on stage have been affected in their lives by Allison, all except our fearless leader, Dave. So are we ready to get this construction kicked off? All right. I would like to ask Randy Kirk, our Senior Vice President of Product Engineering and Program Management, to step up to a shovel while the others join you.